Hey, what's good with y'all? What's good with y'all, man? Thawahgabar for Black Authentic Truth. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get it in. Got a nice little live. We're going to go into a couple of things. Let me do a mic check real quick. Audio was definitely tripping. All right. Testing, testing. Where we at? Testing, testing. One, two, three. Yeah, we good. Perfect, perfect. Hey, like I said, man, we got a good show. You know what I mean? It's gonna be kind of fast because I got some things lined up, man. I wish I had a cameraman to follow me with all the things I had to do before I even had to do this live. And then afterwards, I got two interviews I'm gonna be doing. Y'all know I do video camera work, videography. So I'm gonna be shooting two interviews after I get off live. But I'm here. And shout out to you, Renee, Sister Baratanawa. Shout out to y'all, always rocking with me, always in the building. And like I start off and say off top, how is your Sunday going? It's a beautiful Sunday out here in Southern California. Perfect day, you know what I mean? And I can't complain. Cannot complain. Right? Cannot complain. And you definitely can't complain when you got your health, you can walk around, you got your limbs. I was just out and I seen a brother that I ain't seen in like 10 years, and he was in a wheelchair, and I did not recognize him. He lost a lot of weight. He was in a wheelchair, and he knew me from the days when I was running the streets. And he like, "What's up, man? What's up? I ain't seen you in a minute." And like when you see people and they know you, but you can't remember them, but you still play it off. I played it off. What's good, bro? And as I got closer, I realized who it was. As I bent down and embraced him in the wheelchair, and you just never know what could happen. How life can turn out for you, and so that takes me back to what I was just saying. Is like, man, you got to be thankful for everything, right? And I'm very thankful that I have a voice. I'm thankful that I have this platform that I can give the truth based on a different perspective and not the same old stuff that people hear. You know what I mean? People are not going to like a lot of the things that I say, and that's okay. But the truth hurts. The truth hurts, especially when we've been living a lie in America for the longest. The truth hurts. Like we love it. We love the history. We love to hear about the good things, but we don't like to hear about the bad things. We don't like to hear about, yeah, we should stop selling drugs to our people. You don't get a lot of people that rock with you then. When you say our women should stop dressing like whores, you don't get a lot of people that will rock with you then. But as long as you're saying the good things, you're saying the things that people agree with that are not controversial, Black people will love you. They will love the hell out of you. You know what I mean? Especially when you're going, it's drama. Now, when it's drama and brothers fighting and arguing and, having podcast beef and all of that, we love that stuff. But when it comes to knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, when it comes to morals and righteousness, you can't get a Black person to rock with you. But that's okay though, because the truth is really just when you find people that speak the truth and are intellectual, it's really for a certain group. It's not for everybody. You wish that everybody would subscribe to it, but that's not reality, right? So with that, let me see. Renee said she's at the slave. If you don't know the lingo here, when we talk about we at the slave, we talk about we at work. Because going to work is slavery. It's a contract between an employee and a owner, but it is a certain level of slavery in going to work, right? Because you're away from your family for a very long time. And that's what we call the slave. Yo, bro, I'm at my slavery right now. I'm at the slave. So Renee, she said she at work right now. Sister Brother said, having a good day. My day is good. I'm glad everybody is having a good day. Without further ado, we're gonna get right into it. Now, earlier yesterday, I put a video, right? Oh, this morning I put a video up where I was reading a post. The post about, white people, if white people really believe that we are free, why they be so angry and have so much rage concerning, a Black holiday like Juneteenth. Like Juneteenth is a holiday that I would subscribe to simply because it doesn't come from Europeans. That's simply be like I even forgot today was Father's Day because I don't celebrate European holidays. I know a lot of Black people do. I don't. You know what I mean? And I'll just tell you this: when it comes to Father's Day, every day is Father's Day for me because from the minute I leave to go to work to the minute I step in the house, I get, I love you, Dad. I appreciate you, Dad. Thank you, Dad. I love you, babe. So the appreciation that a father would be getting today, I get that throughout the year. So it's not even a big deal to me. All right. So let me get this. This is the, let me change it up real quick. So I told him I would respond to this in real time today, live. Okay. So he said, no one cares about Juneteenth. We wasn't even born yet. No one cares about racism but you. We've got more important things going on in our life to sit around and think about racism all day. Find something more beautiful in your life, like love family. Get off the racism train at the next station. You'll feel better. And I responded, I will be responding live today to this comment. Make sure you tap in. So I hope that person is tapped in, right? He said, no one cares about Juneteenth. We wasn't born. Listen, you can care about what you want to care about, but reality is reality. Now I can live a life where I say, you know what? Black issues don't affect me personally. You know, I'm going to focus more on my career. I'm going to focus more on making money. I'm going to focus more on my family. I could do that. And there's a lot of people that do that. They act like what is going on in the immediate world is not happening. Similar to how not just Black people, but Americans have all of these things going on in the news and focus on all of this stuff when the world is at almost a full blown war in the Middle East. Not realizing that things can literally pop off and your life that you know as today, the life that you live in today will be over. Okay. So yeah, you can choose to live in an alternate reality, but I choose to live in reality. Okay. I choose to live the reality that I see every day. You can choose to, stay, as they say, stay asleep. Like the sister said, and he's ignorant and fast asleep. You can choose to stay asleep. You can choose. And listen, I'm not even trying to, at some point in time, people wake up. It might take for something to happen to you personally, or it might take for something to hit you where you feel like it could have been you for you to start to realize, listen, this does exist. I think it's foolish to walk around and live my life like racism doesn't exist. I can focus on two things at the same time, okay? I can focus on racism, but I also can focus on accountability and the things that happen with my people and talking about those issues also. It's not just one fold with me. It's not like I'm talking about racism. No, I talk about it all. In fact, I'm going to talk about drug addiction today that affects Black people. You know what I mean? And so, it's to each their own. If that's what you want to do, then do it. But as for me and mine, listen, we're going to always focus on what's going on in reality. And that's the reason why so many Black folks be so shocked when they encounter racism for the first time, or they see on social media how racist people can really be towards them. Or recently, let's just take recently. This is a good example. Recently, very recently, everybody remembers, we had Cyrus Belton, the 14-year-old brother that was accused of taking water. He didn't take no water, but he got shot in the back, right? We had that happen. Then you had the Carmelo case happen, right? You had the Carmelo Anthony case happen. That situation, okay? What else happened? You had them saying Michelle Obama is a man and all that, but Those first two cases, did was it just me, or did y'all notice the outpouring of racial hatred online towards Black people? Even with the first one, when it was just about Black people and Asians, boycotting Asians, you seen white folks come out in droves online to say he deserved it, he was a criminal, he's a thug, all of that, just to come down and say everything they've been waiting to say, and then he had nothing to do with them. I seen about 5 posts of Black people saying, wow, I didn't know people hated us this much. That comes from living in a bubble and thinking, I'm going to focus on my family. I'm going to focus on my career. That doesn't affect me personally, but I seen so many Black people shocked at the level of racism. I wasn't shocked. You know why I'm not shocked? I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I know who we are. I know who they are. So it did not shock me, but it shocked a lot of Black people. I can go up and pull some receipts of Black people saying, I didn't know that these people was against us like that. I didn't know they hated us like that. I got Black people on my timeline that was saying that. And that's because you live in a bubble. You don't realize that we don't live in a post-racial society. But anyway, I'm off of that. Let's get now. I want to go into J.R. Smith. Okay, J.R. Smith, he said something. This story that I saw, he spoke on depression. Okay. And so I'll just pull it up. I'll pull it up for you guys. Let me just screenshot this. Screen share. I said screenshot, but I'm going to screen share. Where we at? Drop this. Now, this is J.R. Smith. He said he doesn't believe in therapy, and he admits that marijuana became his way of fighting depression. If you don't know who J.R. Smith is, he's retired now. He was a NBA basketball player. I believe he played for the Denver Nuggets and he played for the New York Knicks, if I can remember correctly. Those are 2 teams I remember him on. And the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think he won a championship with LeBron James. Now, a lot of these guys, they smoke weed and they be in the league. But he's saying something that is very heavy, because this is true when it comes to depression. We say this all the time. Well, experts say this, that drugs are a coping mechanism. Drugs are a coping Drugs are a coping mechanism. And, we don't realize it. The thing about it is this. When you look at, drugs, and I just want to say no to drugs. I got to say no to drugs. Sure, don't let me move this out the way. Shout out to, not doing any drugs. No drugs. All right, let me just add this real quick. Let me see if I can add this. So when you talk about drug addiction with Black people, okay, what people don't realize is that Black people, we suffer from a lot of depression and trauma that gets overlooked. We suffer from these things because of, traditionally, we have a lot of broken families. Not both parents in the home, abuse, drug addiction, and a lot of these things stem from, poverty, a lack of education, and we are the perfect people to get hooked on some type of drug. I'm not saying like we are the only people, and I'm not saying that we are the only people that have issues, but I'm saying as a group, we are more susceptible to getting hooked on drugs. This is very relevant, because when you think about what the United States government did, as far as putting drugs in our communities, it's almost like they knew that this would be that would be the thing that would destroy us as a people. Okay. It's almost like they knew it, and when you have a person, when you have a people that are suffering from, trauma, suffering. And I just learned this trauma is as simple as you growing up in a home and seeing your parents on drugs. That's trauma. You growing up in a home and getting called out your name. That's trauma. And these type of traumas get passed down generation and generation. And also the trauma or the behavior of abbreviating yourself with a coping mechanism, such as some type of drug. And so what he's saying is heavy. So when you look at the mass amount, and I'll tell you, like right here where our school is at, recently there's always been a dispensary, but I believe they have a sale going on because the last couple of days, cars have been going in and out, in and out, in and out. And yesterday we were standing there just, looking and, kind of like joking, like how many cars are going in and out to come pick up some weed. And as we're standing out there, somebody gets in a fender bender. They get in a crash. Somebody's backing up while somebody's trying to go around them. And it's just, and I'm like, damn, it's like your tunnel vision on going to get this drug that you ain't even thinking of how to drive right, you know? And I said, man, like we really, really, stuck in that. And so with that, I just, I would just say that this is a good story that I brought out because you see a lot of our people that's hooked on drugs. You see a lot of our people that, like it's generational now. And yes, we do have a choice. We have a choice of whether or not we want to do drugs. So my message to the youth, my message to young men and women, teenagers is say no to drugs. Say no to drugs. Deal with your problems. Okay. Deal with your problems head on. Get help. Talk to people. When you feeling depressed and you feeling like what's the point and you get those thoughts, don't look at what everybody else is doing to chase that to cope with what you're going on with what you got going on, because that's what we've been doing for a long time. That's what, when you're looking at somebody that is doing smoking weed, cigarettes and stuff, it's just a coping mechanism. It's a release that lasts for 15 minutes to 2 hours, and then they have to get it again. Then that's an expensive habit also, Well, anyway, we're going to drop that because I'm on a time crunch. Okay. Time crunch. So there's a video. I know y'all seen the video with there's a video. Okay, there's one video. I'm not going to play that video. There's one video where you have some white kids, flexing on a camera, and then they start beating up on a black boy, and they choke him out. Okay, choked him out. And now this is another video that I can play that I'm going to play. All right. Excuse me.
We got this.
Kind of low, huh?
How dare you call it cool, Daddy? A lot of people have coffee in their houses rather than AC.
Yeah, they're probably jumping.
What did you say that for?
We said that word, Justin. I'm glad you could hear that from a mile away.
So just to speed it up, this is a family. They're kayaking on a river, and they start to hear, kids talking, teenagers talking, and they hear this boy asking for help, and you hear his friends telling him to just hop in the river, making monkey sounds. And so I'm gonna keep playing it.
No, that was, imagine if the thing
Water.
So as they're getting closer, they see this boy. Let me just, I'm gonna skip up a little bit.
I gotta get you back home. You don't think Mama Marquise is gonna be worried? Yeah, your mom. My mom's name. My dad's your mom is always worried about you. My dad's in prison. I think that's why.
The white boys are saying your mom ain't your mom gonna be worried. She's gonna be worried about you. Basically telling them just hop in the river and come on. They took him over on one side of the river and left him there, right? And he's saying the black boy is saying my dad's in prison, and the white boy says I think that's why. He said the white boy said we know your dad's in prison just by looking at you. These are the boys he was with that brought him to the other side of the river. They're like, bro, you got a life jacket on, just come. But he's so scared of the water that he's like, nah, I'll just wait. I'll just wait.
Oh, yes, it does. Bro, I'll just find a way.
Now you hear him making the monkey sounds. He said, like, ooh, 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 ah, ah. Now what? Listen closely.
I'll just find a way. Yeah, they think I'm about to go back, but I can't. Bro, you have a life jacket.
So if you watch this video, because of the sound, I apologize for the sound. I could have boosted it up and edited it, but this family picks him up. Let me skip up a little bit. He didn't want to get in the water. And I believe that the water was not deep, but the fear of being in the water, he didn't even want to try. So this family allowed him to grab onto their raft and they took him to the other side. But if you see this video, I'm going to post it later. When you see this video, it's going to really hurt your heart because he doesn't realize that these are not his friends. You know, he doesn't realize it. And it's something that our people, I said basically it's something that we haven't learned yet. We haven't learned to teach the stories of the past to our children. Now, this black boy is very, as you look at the video, and I promise I'm going to post it, he is a true teenager where he doesn't even understand the amount of danger he was in with these white teens. Now, if he would have been found drowned, nobody would have knew what happened to him. And you know how the story always goes. And so we, as black parents, you are failing if you, like the comment earlier, you want to act and focus on your life and not focus on the reality that we don't live in a post-racial society. They was calling him monkeys, saying his dad was in prison, and he thinks that these are his friends. You are a black parent that is failing by not teaching the history to your child and putting them up on game. I mean, what the hell is wrong with y'all? I don't get that. The other video with the boy that got choked out, he's the only black boy and gets choked out, beat on and all of that. Why are we not teaching all these kids? These kids today don't have no clue of what they are up against. And especially during this time when these people in some form want some type of revenge, they're going to take it out on your young black boys and young black girls if they got a chance, while you trying to be the token black person. That is not racism that I'm talking about. That is reality. That is reality. That's reality. I'll be like a lot of people would like to say, why are you saying racism? That is not no fucking racism. That is common sense. When I was growing up, they call it street smarts. You know, where to go, where not to go, who to hang around, who not to hang around amongst black people. So you need to tell them about the story of the There was just a story like that. There was just a story where a black boy ended up dead. No one knew. There's another story where a white child tried to drown a black child, but he didn't drown him. But the white child admitted that he was trying to do it. So while you trying to be accepted and you thinking life is like cartoons as a child, you don't even know the danger you putting yourself in. And you end up at the end, up at the bottom of a pool, at a pool party. And nobody know how you ended up at the bottom of that pool. And you the only black person. Or you end up at the bottom of the stairs dead at a slumber party with all white women. And nobody knows how you ended up dead. Am I saying something that people don't understand and never heard before? No, because these are real stories that actually happen. So you can be a black person that lives in reality and know what time it is, or you can be a black person like the comment I got that says you shouldn't focus on those things. You should focus on love and life and your family. You make the choice. You make the choice. But as for me and mine, I'm going to teach everybody around me what time it is. That is my duty. It's not hate to warn you about another group of people, how they could be. I'm not saying they all like that, but it's not hate to say that. Hey, watch out when you're the only black boy with all of these white kids. Historically, the numbers are against you. Nobody's going to feel sorry, have compassion, and nobody's going to even have an answer. And you're going to be rude. It's going to be rude. No signs of foul play. That's wisdom. That's not racism. Okay. Now, that's it, right? We haven't learned yet. Maybe it's going to take some more. Maybe it's going to take more and more things to happen that are unfair and unjust against black people for black people to wake up. And you say all the things that have happened in a sequence in the last month, maybe some more stuff needs to happen. Maybe it needs to happen so bad and so much that you're afraid to go out your house. I don't know what's going to wake black people up. I know that sounds terrible, but we need a wake-up call immediately. We need a wake-up call. I don't know. I pray that my people can wake up. Pray y'all can wake up. I mean, if you're on Black Authentic Truth, you definitely woke up. If you subscribe to Black Authentic Truth and you rock with me, you definitely woke up. You definitely see the world in a different perspective, and you don't see it, black and white, but there's gray in between. There's nuance. There's all kind of things to consider. And a lot of it is the negative self-image we have about ourselves, and just trying to be accepted. You just want to be accepted. And so you're not going to, buck against the system. You're not going to say something that might be contentious. You're not going to say something that might rub the wrong people the wrong way. You want to stay in your lane. That's not how we get change. And that's not, see, I can't live my life like that. I have to say what the truth is. I have to live my life based on what I see, what I perceive, what is right in front of me. I can't live my life like, this stuff it's not happening, because, I'm doing so good in my personal life. Why would I worry about this and that? Like, that's on TV, that's on social media. Until it happens to you, then maybe you'll have a different perspective. I don't want things that have to happen to me before I have a different perspective. I would rather already be on offense. I'm on offense. I don't want to have to you know, play defense and not know where something came from, or why people are talking to me a certain kind of way, or why they treat my children a certain kind of way, or why this is always happening to our people. I don't want to do that. So with that, y'all, what I'm finna do is we're gonna get into this Black Authentic Truth quiz. There was another point I wanted to bring out about accountability. Okay. Um, I have to remember the story though. I feel it's disrespectful if I don't remember the story, but there was a young woman that was murdered about a year ago by a black woman by a black man in New York. And y'all probably remember me going over this story where the whole community came out when they found out who it was because he was caught on video. The whole community was waiting to rip him to pieces. The police were there, paramedics was there, everybody was there waiting for them to bring him out. The whole community, even the girl's mother. Y'all remember that video? If y'all can find that one, somebody can mention it. It was a video where the whole community was out in New York and they wanted to put hands on this man because the video came out of this missing girl where he had her body in a bag and dumped her body in a trash can, if I can remember correctly. Well, the whole community came out. And if it wasn't for the police being there, he would have been ripped to shreds. But I brought this story up to talk about, the accountability, how people say, how other groups say black people don't take accountability. And the question I still pose is, what is accountability? Is accountability that the whole community coming out to exact justice? Is accountability the whole community having press conferences, the whole community speaking out saying we got to stop the violence? What does accountability look like for a community? And if that is accountability, what kind of accountability does the white community take for the sex offenders, the pedophiles, the murderers, the mass shooters? That's the question. I'm gonna leave it at that. Now, let's get this quiz, all right? And then we're gonna wrap it up. I apologize for the short live, but I got some things I gotta get done. My apologies, all right? Now, this is all inventors, okay? So we're going to start with, let's see, since I got some, let me remove this out the way. All right. Remember, this is all inventors. Who is this, man? All inventors, black inventors. Who is this? Renee said they don't ever take accountability. You know that's right. It's time to put them on the hot seat. Who might this be? We'll give it a little more time. Okay. And I appreciate everybody that tapped in. This is Elijah McCoy. Now, Elijah McCoy is known for his inventions of lubrication systems for steam engines. Elijah was born in Canada and his family fled. I'm sorry, he was born in Kentucky. His family fled Kentucky because of slavery. He was born in Canada. All right. Elijah McCoy, inventions in steam engine lubrication. I'm sorry, lubrication systems for steam engines. All right. Now, who might this be? Who might this woman be? This is Marie Van Britten. Composite, I forgot her name. This is Marie Van Britten Brown. Okay, Marie Van Britten Brown co co-created the first home security system. She also was a nurse. She's from Jamaica, Queens, right? This is one that people, get mixed up a lot with another brother. Well, who might he be? Who might he be? We'll give it a little more time. This is Frederick McKinley Jones. Now, Frederick McKinley Jones has many inventions, but one of his notable inventions is refrigeration for mobile refrigeration for trucks. And he holds like 66 patents, I believe. So this brother, he was really, really integral in mobile refrigeration, getting food from different states, right? All right. So now, who is this? Man, I should do a spotlight on him on my page. Who is this brother? Remember, these are all inventors. All all inventors. All right. Give it a little more time. All right. This brother is Otis Boykins. Now, Otis Boykins, he invented systems for missile guidance, but his most notable thing is the heart pacer, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people have heard of the heart pacer. So that is the invention of Otis Boykins. And the last but not least, who is this inventor? I would think somebody would know who this is. I probably should have used a different picture, right? Because there's more than one picture of him. But once I say, if no one comes with it, the answer, once I say it, you will recognize. You will definitely know the name and the invention. This one gets talked about a lot. That is right, Kapa. That is right. He invented the traffic light. That is right. Definitely right. One of his inventions. But that's I think the traffic light is probably the invention that people talk about the most. This is Garrett Morgan. Morgan is known for inventing this traffic light as we know it today, right? And he one day he's seen crashes. He's seen a really bad car crash at a stop sign, and that's what prompted him to invent the stop sign with the light system that you see today. Garrett Morgan also invented ways of, you know, doing your hair, creams for the hair, and also what you know today, a precursor to what you know today as the gas mask. In fact, Garrett Morgan, along with his brother, rescued people who were trapped underground using his inventive gas mask that he uh he invented and that he also advertised to fire departments. And so he created the precursor to what you know today as the gas mask. All right. So that wraps it up for the Black Authentic quiz. And I just want to thank all the brothers and sisters for rocking with me. I know this was a quick live. Like typically I don't go this fast, but I do have other engagements I got to get to. But I wanted to tap in with the people that mess with me, that really, be locked in, and to show my appreciation. I want to always bring some information in a different perspective, of course, on Black history, and get back to the Black Authentic Truth stories and also the quizzes, so that we can not just talk about things, that we can also take from something from what I'm putting out and learn something. Okay. And it's always review for me, myself, because I can't remember everything. I forget stuff all the time. So with that, y'all, thank y'all for rocking with me. Thank y'all for being here. I will see you very soon. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay out the way. Remember the things that we talked about today, and always keep your eyes on the swivel and stay woke. And to the youngsters, say no to drugs. All right. With that, y'all, peace.
What's up, baby? This is Deontay the Bronze Rumble Wilder. Make sure you tap into Black Authentic Truth for your latest news. It's great information, baby. Bomb Squad! Hey, man, let me tell you something, man. There's a lot of history. Every month they do Black History. They got Juneteenth. But there's nothing like Black Authentic Truth than what you get in ICBK. You want to make sure you subscribe to Black Authentic Truth. The reason why is because we actually give you the truth that correlates with historical information, and it incorporates with the Bible as well. You want to know why they don't have an answer for our condition in slavery? Because they don't bring the Bible. Black Authentic Truth marries Black history with the Bible, gives you the correct information. Make sure you subscribe to Black Authentic Truth for the proper information. Shalom.
It's Tariq Nasheed right here in Los Angeles, making it do what it do, man. Y'all check out Black Authentic Truth. Get some real good games on YouTube. Black Authentic Truth, man. Check it out, man. Real good information.
Man, you know what's going on. It's your boy Geechee Gotti. I'm rocking with Black Authentic Truth. You want to learn something? Tune in, man. Get your knowledge up. Get your history up, man. Know about something, man. You know what time it is, man. Geechee Gotti, Black Authentic Truth, man. Like and subscribe.
Black man, I have an obligation to my race of people, not to no other race or no other nationality, just to black people.
And you have always hated us. We have loved you consistently for 400 years. We prayed to that white Jesus, and we saluted your flag, and we died in your militaries, and you beat us like dogs.
This is Black Authentic Truth.